I wasted almost months learning open source and I want to save you from doing the same. Hi everyone, my name is Prashar and today I'm going to talk about a topic that you all must have heard somewhere. If you are an engineering student or someone who is into coding, I guarantee you all must have heard this term, open source. I also guarantee you that when you were about to learn it, or even today when you're trying to learn open source as a beginner, you all must be facing a lot of issues. Because honestly, this is something that I too tackled with. And honestly, open source wasn't that easy. You had to experiment with a bunch of things. You had to have a good practice with the code. You need to be a good coder itself when it comes to contributing in open source projects. But honestly, we as beginners do not understand what open source is, and most of us understand it in the wrong way. And that is why I've decided to make a complete playlist talking about what open source is, what is in it for beginners like us or for students who are in their colleges and want to make the best out of their college journeys. So first of all, we need to understand what is open source. So think of yourself as a full stack developer who wants to make an Airbnb website. Now, what is the one way that you're going to do this project? You're going to install everything on your system, do the packages, database connections, front and back, and a lot of stuff. Now, when we talk about a project as big as Airbnb, it would take you almost months to get it completed. Now, what if you just want to be a front end developer and not a back end developer? You would have to complete the back end by yourself. And until then, you cannot call it a good project. Isn't it a struggle? It is. Now, there's another option for you. Find a community in your college or your group who are good developers, who are a bunch of people who know front end, someone who knows back end, someone who knows databases, and a bunch of other things. Now, what if you come together and decide to code together so that if you are applying as a front end developer, your purpose is solved. If someone else is applying as a back end developer, their purpose is solved without them being have to do the front end part as well. Now, this is where open source helps because you have a choice to share your code with your friends and with the community members. Now, what if open source platforms were not there? You would take one laptop, install every single dependency, then share your laptops with your friends for almost weeks, and you waiting until your turn would come and you would implement your project. This would waste a lot of time. And this is where platforms like GitHub actually help. Because GitHub is a platform that allows you to use Git, a version control system, and connects you with a group of developers working on one single project. Now, how this actually works. Think I'm making an Airbnb website. I'm good in front end. I need someone who does back end. Now connected with few people on LinkedIn, they're ready to work with me in this project. We share our GitHub IDs. I create a repository, which is a technical term for a project. I would be explaining everything in detail when I would be covering topics in the future videos of the playlist. Well, I created a repository. Now you are contributing in that project. I'm contributing as well. Everything is getting updated in the real time, and our project that would have taken almost months is completed in maybe 1 or 2 months itself. Now, you would say, why do you even need open source for this? All right, you would do it with your friends, but what is the real use case? Well, if you're someone who is doing engineering, अगर आप फर्स्ट ईयर या सेकेंड ईयर में हो, then I want to tell you by the end of your semesters, you would get a mini project in your university or college. The curriculum is designed in a way that you would have to make up a group project. Now, अगर Git ना होता, then you would have to share your laptops, as I said. But now what you can do is put that project on GitHub. Everyone does the work and project gets updated in real time, and you can just show the project and submit them as your end semester work. Now, this is just a very small part of a very big open source world because it is not limited to the college projects that you make. It also includes big tech companies like Microsoft, like projects like Kubernetes, projects as big as Linux, and so many other things. You can just find a list of things that have been happening on open source recently. Now, the question is, why do big tech companies need people to work on open source for their projects? They already have people who they have hired, they already have people who are working in their companies. But sometimes they need to acquire talent as well. अब ऐसा तो नहीं कोई माइक्रोसॉफ्ट के अंदर उसको सब पता है कि दुनिया में सबसे इंटेलिजेंट कौन है या किसकी कोडिंग सबसे बेस्ट है. They do not know. They also want to get the talent acquired by them. So they put their projects in open source. And any person who thinks they can solve the problem, just try to solve that problem. And if the problem is solved, the code gets updated and huge issues, huge bugs that cost so much money, that would have cost so much time, get resolved in few seconds. Now, you should have this question if you're listening attentively. कि अगर ऐसे कोई भी जाकर आप ही जाकर उस कोड में अपडेशंस कर दो और उसका कोड बेस सब खराब हो गया, then who is responsible for that? This does not happen. You know what? There are maintainers for each repository, for each GitHub project that is out there. These maintainers are people who get paid for doing the same work. If Microsoft has a maintainer, they are people who are on full-time roles in Microsoft maintaining that repository. Now, आपका code, before it gets included in the main code base, which is called merged, it has to be rechecked and revised. It has to follow continuous feedback loops, and until the maintainer feels that it is perfect, it is ready to be updated, they will not add that code. This is how it works in industry. Now, you as college student, you would think कि हमें तो भाई पैसा चाहिए. Whatever we are going to do, we need money, we need to be financially independent, we need to earn and a bunch of stuff like that. Then open source पैसा कमाने में कैसे मदद करेगा? Then hear me out. Open source is not about earning money. It is a selfless service that tells your consistency, that tells your dedication. Open source में पैसा बहुत ज़्यादा नहीं है. Now, before you think that करने का क्या फायदा फिर इसको, पैसा तो आ नहीं रहा, then why should you waste your time doing open source? Then let me tell you honestly, this is the mindset that we as youngsters need to change amongst us today. I'm a content creator from last 1.5 years, and honestly, I haven't earned even a single penny from the job that I'm doing. Now, does it mean that I should leave my job and do something else? No. Everything should not be about money. We as Gen Zs need to understand this. Everything should not be about earning or getting financially independent. Skills नाम की चीज भी तो है. Why don't you focus on learning skills, on building your resume, on building your portfolios? अगर आप open source में contribute करते हो, you know what? You get experience of real industry work. Even if Microsoft hire you today, you're going to work on that same GitHub that you were neglecting because open source doesn't give you money. Now you would think that, how is this even possible? समझने की कोशिश करो. Now, suppose you got into Microsoft as a software developer. You're working in that same company. अब आप कहाँ पर उनके coding कर रहे हैं? It is always on GitHub. They assign GitHub projects that are kept private so that we as common people cannot see them out there. They're kept private until the entire project is built. Now their entire team works on GitHub and they work layer by layer. For example, there would be layer of people who would be checking the things that are being done. If you are a beginner, you would be on layer 1. There would be a person who would be checking the work that is being done by people of lower layers. Then another person who would be rechecking those things, people who would be providing feedback, and this goes from bottom to up until the project gets fully completed. Now, I'm going to talk about why should we as college students spend time in something that is not going to give us money. We should spend time in something that would demand a lot of consistency and a lot of effort from our sides. The first benefit is it gives you an edge over other students. Now just think, you're sitting in your college placements. Every student has web development projects. A bunch of them have a list of hackathons that have won, and you're someone who has contributed to open source consistently. Now you would definitely get an edge over other people, because if the company is already going to work in open source or already going to work in GitHub, they would trust you for the same, because they know that you know how to understand large code bases, you know what documentation actually is, you know what the contributor guidelines are. And this is what is actually required. If you do not understand these terms, it's completely fine. I would be covering them in later videos. But moving forward, the number 2 benefit of open source for we as college students. Now just think, how do we show that we know skills? We make projects, we participate in hackathons, or maybe we can do a bunch of competitions or lead code, etc. But what if you're only doing hackathons? This would look like a very monotonous resume. If you're going to do open source, it will show a new perspective that you have experienced in a newer world of open source, and most students do not have that. And open source will give you many more learnings than any hackathon and any project can actually do, because you would be working with people from across the world. And this is where we get to third point, that is networking. Open source connects you with some of the best people of the world, some of the most intelligent coders, people who are passionate to do their work, and you get to learn from them. And the fourth point about open source is very important and interesting. And I'm sure those people who have left the video by now are going to miss a lot, and you who are watching it are going to learn so much. There are real hirings done through open source. Now you would say, how? This is the truth. Companies hire good coders when they consistently collaborate, when they consistently contribute in open source projects. Now, why do they even do it through open source? Honestly, this is not revealed everywhere, because then people would make it a stereotype or a permanent way of getting hired, thinking that if you make 100 PRs you're going to get hired. No, if you're going to make one pull request that is so important, that is going to remove a major bug, or some that is going to add a huge feature, you would get an edge over someone who has done a lot of work. And this is where you're going to do good things in your journeys as well. Well, if you've heard about Harkirat Singh, he's another YouTuber who has talked a lot about open source. I was recently studying about what he has actually done, and I realized that he has got some of the best offers for remote coding jobs through open source and through platforms like GitHub. And the last part, for those who think that open source cannot provide you money, it is not the entire truth. Open source has ways in which you can earn as well. And this is where comes the coding competitions or the open source events and the festivals that happen every single year. Now, I would be making a very dedicated video in future parts about the different competitions of open source that happen. But for this video, you must have heard about Girl Script Summer of Code. I've made a lot of videos last year on this topic as well. We have Google Summer of Code, we have Hacktoberfest, we have LFX, and so many other competitions that directly give internships in big tech companies like Jenkins, in Google Chrome companies, and so many other softwares where you get an edge to work directly in the code bases of these large companies. And honestly, the pay is in US dollars. You get directly $1,000 for 1 month work. You get $1,500 for 2 month work, and this is just a rough estimate. Now, I hope that you must have understood at least why open source is important and why we as college students need to spend time in open source as well. I am going to make a very dedicated playlist on this very channel covering every single thing about open source, starting from today and ending at the podcast with people who have cracked some of the big open source competitions from across the world. I hope you would learn so much through this playlist. A new video would come out on every Monday with new experience and new learnings. And if you're someone who doesn't know how to use GitHub, do not worry, because this comes under open source and I would be teaching Git and GitHub commands in future parts of the video. And this is going to be very structured. Today's video was just a base, an understanding of why is it important to know about open source. The later parts are going to teach you how to do open source, why is it important, how to start as a beginner, the complete roadmap, the tech stacks that you need to know, how it can upskill you in college lives, and how you can eventually end up getting a full-time role and being hired from open source. I hope this video would have helped you all. If you want to suggest a particular topic for the upcoming videos, specifically related to open source or anything else, do let me know in the comments. And I would be more than happy to help you all. Till then, thank you, and let's make the best out of our college journeys. Bye.